Back again. I clicked again. Normally I boom, but today I clicked. It's good to be back in the office. Well, that's a lie. It's not good to be. Well, it is and it isn't. It was awesome traveling, man. I don't know anybody who doesn't enjoy traveling, but it was awesome traveling. It was awesome experiencing new things, meeting new people. It is a little bit of a fantasy. I accept that. It's nice to be back because it's nice to be with my family again and see the kids and everything else. However, if I could be on a perpetual travel, I would love that. That would be awesome. I would not say no. Let me put it that way. Have a look at this. This is how I feel. So I'm just gonna give everybody a bit of a warning. I'm sorry that if I really make a mess of this, it's because internally I am constantly yawning. I think I definitely feel like I've got jet lag. It hits like 8 o'clock and I want to curl up in a ball somewhere and just fall asleep. So I'm gonna do my best to just keep this thing professional and keep moving forward. I've got my notes. I've got my mate. I think I've drank like 8 liters already. Excusez-moi. My French, it's so awesome. My French, yeah, I'm killing it. Actually, I'll come back into that because I had Julien reach out, but I got his name down pat. Julien RASQUINET. RASQUINET. Julien RASQUINET. Boom. RASQUINET. Boom. I said it again. All right, have a look at this. So I made a mess. Last week's mate talk, I made a few mistakes and I need to amend things. But first, Your Honor, have a look at this video.
Who is this?
Who is this?
Marcelo from NFC.
This is myself and Francois Hennen from Javoy, and we are filming in the Exxons. As you can tell, there's a lot of noise. I actually had to turn up the mics. You can hear my voice is peaking a little bit. The audio is peaking. Peaking meaning that you can hear like I'm at the top threshold of the audio wave. And anyway, I was going to go into that. There was a lot of noise, a lot of distraction, a lot of perfume. And so when I said I was meeting with a young lady from Suspiro, and she brought up this fragrance, or this brand, which is REINVENTED. And I made the incorrect assumption to say that Suspiro is launching a new brand called REINVENTED. Incorrect. In fact, this is a whole separate brand. It just so happened that her company, or the company she's working for, is also working with this brand here, but it's not part of Suspiro. So I needed to clarify that. My apologies. The one thing that I did get right is that this fragrance is absolutely awesome. I'm gonna come back into it as to why. I did I put all the fragrances that I brought back from Exxons to my children, and we all sat, tested, smelled, and it was totally awesome. And this one, like I said last week, this is a winner. This is an absolute winner. Sacred Bond. Look out for it. You'll be impressed. Okay, let me move forward. I'm going to come back to the Javoy video and talk about the France experience because there's 4 seats left. But I'll come back into that. I mentioned last week that I was inviting people to become a member, and by becoming a member of the channel, you will go into the monthly draw of Let Me Send You Something. The one thing that I'm doing different for this month is I came with a lot of samples from Exxons, a lot of brand new fragrances, a lot of fragrances that are pretty awesome. They're all behind me, as you can probably tell. And let me have a look. Can you see them? Yes, I need to move across a bit more. There's more. There you go. Boom. There's the rest. They were hiding. So you notice that there are 2 piles. What I wanted to do, have a look at this. So as I was preparing for today and Let Me Send You Something, I realized that there are a number of, and I've called them gangsters. Gangsters in a good way, not in a troublemaker kind of way. So you'll notice that when you become a member, your icon, or the NFC icon, is yellow. But if you were to renew that membership next month, your icon then turns green. At the 6-month mark, your icon will turn red. And I did that on purpose just to acknowledge those individuals who are supporting the channel. And as I said, I do thank those individuals for doing that. Have a look at these beautiful people. There's a number of you guys who are renewing your membership. So, I mean, it's not a lot. It's, I think in Aussie dollars, it's $3 or $4 or something like that. But still, I'm very appreciative. You have no idea how grateful I am for your support. I really am grateful for that support. In a way, not in a way, I want to do something back. So it's not just, sometimes you see, buy me a coffee. I want to do something, and the something is that I will then select somebody every month and I will send you out some samples. In this case here, I'm going to do a set of samples for the entire membership, which is currently 30, so thank you everybody. But I'm also going to do another roll today, another spin for the gangsters, for those who are all on the green icon. It's all these beautiful people here. So thank you again. I'm going to give you guys all a shout out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me show you this. Boom, let me get that going first. And all right, these are all the people who are currently members, and I'm about to spin this wheel, and we'll see who is going to win the first pile of fragrances. Now there's some really awesome fragrances here, by the way, and some of these packs here have multiple fragrances inside. Okay, so there's more than just one sample, and boom, spin. Good luck. Kathleen. Boom. Kathleen is actually one of the gangsters. So congratulations, Kathleen. You're about to receive this whole pile of fragrance. There's some really good ones in there. I just looked behind me, and there's even a Harvest Mouse, the new one from Zoologist. I actually met with Luca Maffei, the perfumer for that, and he gave me the sample. I don't know if you've experienced that. That is, forget about it. But good news is, there's a second pile there, because he gave me two, and in that second pile, there's also it's actually quite a big, I think there's it looks like about 5 to 10 mils, so it's actually a very generous portion of fragrance. So what I'm gonna do now, and it could be that because Kathleen is part of the gangster pile, she might be able to win this again. So you might win this whole thing. Wouldn't that be cool? All right, so here we go. These are now the gangsters, and we're about to spin. Good luck. Vera, you did it. Vera is, actually Vera, you've been supporting me from the very beginning, I think. Like day one video, Vera was there. Vera's from Singapore. We missed each other. You came to Melbourne, or Vera came to Melbourne, but I was in Italy at the time. So anyway, Vera, I'm happy you're about to receive the second pile of fragrances. There are some really cool fragrances in there that I'm hoping you're going to enjoy. Now I'm going to reach out to you guys. Actually, Vera, we are connected via Instagram, so I just need your postal address. Kathleen, if we're not connected, maybe we are. Sometimes they're. Anyway, if you can send me a DM, that would be awesome on Insta, and that way I can get your address, and I'll send those fragrances across to you guys. Thank you so much. Boom. All right, let me move on. So let me point out this awesome man here. Check him out. This man is Alex. Now I had an opportunity to connect with Alex on this trip, and I want to, look, the purpose of showing this man here is to thank him. Alex, in fact, gave me 3 of these Widian'S. This is part of the Sapphire collection, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure, because have a look at this box. I'm glad that didn't end badly, like me dropping the box. The Sapphire collection. So London, New York, and ASWAN. And I'm going to talk about these fragrances here. But I wanted to point, like, who is Alex? So why did he do this? I'm going to put it out there, all right? Marcelo's predictions. Alex is going to become the perfume king of SEOUL in Korea. So the way that it's all connected, and the way it's all connected, so the line, is going back probably about a year ago, and this is Alex telling me the story, so Alex, if I've got this wrong, just put it in the comments. But there was no distraction, so I've got nothing, Your Honor, because we were in a coffee shop and we were chatting. Anyway, so about a year ago, Alex saw the video that I did of the Milan boutique, and he's thinking, who's this guy on a scooter, you know, having a fun time. As a result, Alex has always been into perfumes. As a result, he then saw the videos I did with Kevin. He saw the Oillataguerre boutique. He thought to himself, why is it that SEOUL does not have, you know, an expansive boutique like this? They have perfume places, but it's just dedicated to a brand like Byredo and stuff like that, as opposed to, you know, a boutique covering beautiful niche brands. Started a process, bing bada boom, and he's now about to open a store. And I'm not even, actually, I forgot the name of it, but here it is here. And this is the concept imagery behind it. So Alex is about to open up the first, I guess, genuine, diverse perfume store, perfume boutique. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. So I'm excited for him. I congratulate, he's an awesome man. We had, believe it or not, he actually grew up in Argentina, and he speaks, habla como un argentino, tiene un acento igual como un argentino. So he speaks so perfectly the Spanish and with an Argentinian accent that it just blew me away. When he started to then speak to me in Spanish, I'm like, what the heck, man? So anyway, we connected really well with Alex. So I just wanted to give you a thank you. I'm going to do a review on these. I tested each one. Actually, I'll go into more detail at the end of this video and talk about that. But look out for Alex, who will become, actually a gangster also, who will become the perfume king of SEOUL. That's my prediction. All right, have a look at this awesome man here. I wanted to give Mark a shout out. So for those who are not familiar with Mark, he has an Instagram account called FRAGRANCEPHOTO'S. Now this man here, I think he's been doing this for less than a year and a half, maybe. No, not less than a year. Like I said, I'm tired. I think about a year and a half. Anyway, what a champion. He has come out, I mean, one, he's so creative. Two, he is just, you know, just an awesome person, extremely professional. And as a result, he has connected with some really big brands to the point I caught up with Mark. I know Mark, well, actually, the funny thing is I'd never met Mark prior or in person prior to Exxon's. We've been communicating via Instagram and stuff like that. But I met with him. He invited me to join, to go and see the STEPHANE Humbert Lucas fragrances. So they weren't showing at Exxon's. They actually had, they were showing their new fragrance at a hotel, a boutique hotel. And the whole experience was, I just want to give a shout out to the STEPHANE Humbert Lucas people that were there. The experience was immersive. So as I mentioned before, Exxon's it was just totally awesome. It was such an awesome experience. However, you are, as I said, assaulted with so much perfume in the air, the noise that's there. I mean, you really have to focus in on what's going down. And then sometimes the people, I mean, some people were super intense, as in the patrons. Whereas the STEPHANE Humbert Lucas individuals, they actually, as I said, they displayed their new fragrance in a hotel, and it was immersive. It was very serene. Mark did the video for these guys, so we had an experience where, and by the way, I have permission to say this, I did reach out to the people from STEPHANE Humbert Lucas to say, can I talk about this? Can I guess, reveal this to everybody? So they've got a new fragrance coming out. I don't think I can say the name, so I won't say the name, but they did allow me to say that it is an aquatic fragrance. I'm a huge fan of aquatic. I asked for a spray on skin. They said, no, you're not allowed. Well, what they wanted to do is they wanted to, they're still in the sort of final phases. That's what Monsieur Stéphane told me, so this is directly from the perfumer. But they did spray in the air, so we were watching this immersive experience. You go into a room, it was sort of digital, there was all around you this imagery, and you know, the smoke and the lasers, and then at a certain moment the spray is happening, so you know, as it gets submersed in the ocean, in the water, you start smelling the fragrance. They sprayed it on card, then you smell it. It was an awesome experience. So I take my hat off to the Stéphane Humbert Lucas team for creating this as a very unique experience, and I take my hat off to Marc. He was actually involved creatively. He created the content, that video. It was exceptional. So he's and I guess, look, I guess I feel like a proud dad or proud Aussie to see the Aussies doing this. Anyway, congrats, mate. Well done. It was totally awesome, and it was a pleasure thank you for inviting me and allowing me to be there. Boom. All right, Julien RASQUINET. Julien RASQUINET. What's so hard about that? It took me like six goes. So what happened last week? So why am I doing that? Have a look at this. So again, I made a mess of last week's Maté talk, and I'm trying to say Julien's name. So I bumped into him at Exxon's. For those who may have missed last week's Maté talk, I was at Exxon's, and basically what happened is I was looking down, my next appointment, where I got to go, look up, I see Julien, Julien sees me, and we start a conversation. I was fanboying like crazy. So I was like, not nervous, I wasn't nervous, but I was definitely fanboying. I was like, you know, I'm a big fan of Julien's and Julien's work. And anyway, so he actually posted this on his Instagram, on his story. So the short answer is yes, I will practice my French and pronouncing Julien's names correctly, but I've got it. Look, Julien RASQUINET. Julien RASQUINET. What? It's not that hard. Julien RASQUINET. I'm sure that's correct. Julien RASQUINET. I'm gonna just stop. What I did say to Julien though, I got a little bit cocky, and I said, hey, we should film together. And he was very grateful. I don't know if he meant this though. Excuse me, I choked. But he said, yeah, why don't you come to Paris and we'll do some videos together. Julien, if you're watching, I'm in. I'm gonna be there in September, and that is a beautiful segue across to the France Perfume experience. So I'm gonna play the rest of this video now with myself and Monsieur Francois Henin. Here we go.
Who is this?
Who is this?
Marcelo from NFC.
François from Java.
Please join us on the France Perfume tour that we're going to be doing in Paris.
I can't wait. We're going to have fun. We're going to spend a lot of time together, a lot of stories to share, and a lot of perfumes to try.
This is the man who loves the brand, has created the masterpiece that is Javoy. He will be taking us through the Javoy brand himself.
Well, we'll be in good company, don't worry. So
It'll be awesome.
it will be awesome.
Make sure you join us.
So we only want to have up to 10 people. Maybe, depending how we go, but 10 is definitely the number that we want to bring it up to. We currently have 4 seats left. So if you would like to join us on this, this is going to be an awesome experience, very immersive, and it's going to be a chance to really explore the brand of both Javoy and also Soradora. So we will be going to Grasse, so the birthplace of perfumery within France. Grasse has an incredible history. We will be going to see, doing a factory tour with Quentin from Soradora, seeing the extraction of oils, all this sort of thing. So it's going to be pretty exciting. The link will be below. So if you want to have a look at that in more detail, have a look here. Excuse me. And yeah, look forward to the opportunity of being able to host you. So myself and Kevin will be hosting you guys. What's really exciting, just to give you another heads up, is that the split currently is very even. So we've got even Steven with boys and girls basically joining us on that. So it's not, I mean, you may think that it might just be all like a boys trip. No, so we've got a beautiful split between boys and girls. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, totally awesome, and would love you guys to join us if you are interested. All right, let me talk about some perfumes that I've discovered, and I really want to highlight this even further. So have a look at these. This are a number of perfumes that I came back with from Essence. It was very exciting. So other than Essence, I was traveling through Italy, and also I went to Paris. So I came back with a lot of perfume, and as a result, we all got together as a family, and we started spraying, smelling, and making some comments. Now, excuse me, I'm falling apart here. I better end quickly. This one here, I mentioned earlier, Reinvented. This is a brand new brand, brand new house that's come out, 4 fragrances. This one here is the one that really stood out to me. It has an incredibly beautiful, fruity opening, and I mentioned this in last week's Maté Talk. Wonderful fruity opening. It does dry down a bit more musky and woody, but that, for me, I get cherry. There is no cherry, by the way. So it has a raspberry, or from what I've seen from the notes, it has a raspberry in the top note, and in the heart it does have a rose. My son was smelling, he sprayed this, and I think I mentioned last week, for starters, Sandra was spraying this, and she was like, oh my gosh, can't get enough of this. She was like constantly smelling her arm. My son on first spray, he was like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is like, you know, addictive. So just a beautiful, has like a white floral in the heart, like orange blossom and things of that nature. Really awesome fragrance, masculine, feminine. It is a fruity, it does have a fruity vibe to it. As a spring fragrance, as a summer fragrance, just absolute magic. So new brand, Reinvented, not part of Suspiro. Just, it's on its own. New brand, Sacred Bond, really good fragrance. I'd recommend you test it out. You'd be impressed, okay? Allora, so the next one that I want to talk about, and these are brand new. So I've had a number of times, had some subscribers say to me, you should try the Widian brand. And the reality is we don't have Widian here in Australia. So currently there's no distribution to this. I go back, Alex, thank you. I do appreciate, very generous to actually give me 3 bottles of the Sapphire collection. Now, I said to Alex, because I didn't know, I said to Alex, if I don't resonate with them, I'm not going to talk about them, because I have to speak from my heart. This is something that's important to me, that I really have to, I have to love something. It's something that I have to feel. And he's like, no, this is not, which I'm grateful for. Alex, again, thank you. He's like, this is not, it's not forcing me. He says, this is just a gift. He goes, I love the video that you did, and I loved, you put me on this path, and this is for me to say thank you. So I'm cool with this. I was about to say, this face may look stupid, but I'm not stupid, and I graciously accepted the gifts. Now, I have been testing, and from my heart, all 3, exceptional. Really, I'm gonna wear them a lot more. I'm gonna sort of live with them. I will be doing a review, but all 3 on skin, absolute magic. So number 1 is New York. This one here, actually on first spray, it made me think of Yerba Maté. So that very fruity, almost mango peach, kind of a sort of tropical scent vibe to it. I have been wearing this, actually of the 3, and why is that? Because I was wearing, I think of the 3 I've been wearing this the most, but I think it's because the weather, this is definitely a more spring, brighter, summery kind of sort of vibe to it. There are fruit notes. It does go down into musk when it dries. Well, on me it does. It dries down a bit more musk, but it retains that fruity component to it. It projects really well when I'm wearing it. I've already had a number of oohs and ahs. In particular, Sandra has enjoyed me wearing, this is New York, by the way, if I didn't make mention of that. So New York, gorgeous fragrance. I will test out more and I'll go into more detail. The other one that was an instant winner for me was London. This is a really sophisticated suede leather fragrance. I found that, so I do like leather fragrances, but I don't like the ultra punchy, excuse me, itchy nose, the ultra punchy leather, like, so Fragrance Du Bois, producer Michael, great fragrance, just not for me. It's too strong. So I do like leather fragrances. I have a number of beautiful leather fragrances, but I like the subtlety of the leather, you see. This is a beautiful, in my opinion, a nice masculine leaning. There is a suave sophistication from London. It just feels right. I'm actually wearing it on this hand. It's really, really great. And this one here is ASWAN, and I feel that this is now a female leaning leather, in my opinion. It has more of a fruity vibe. There are more florals that I detect on this particular fragrance, but when it opens, it has, again, this leather suede sort of component. These are these two here, so London and ASWAN, I found that they're very beautiful. They're almost like, not a silhouette, but they're like a match together. They would work together as a couple. So the man could be wearing London and the lady could be wearing ASWAN. Mind you, I could be wearing ASWAN. So it's a fruity, has a leathery, fruity vibe to it, a few florals in there. Not excessive though, so it's not a floral fragrance. I know, I will experience this a little bit more. I've only had like about 5 or 6 days of wear on each of these. But off the cuff, just gorgeous fragrance. I'm so grateful again, Alex. Thank you for the gift. That was very kind of you. I will spend more time and share that. But for those who, if like in the US, I know that they're available. I know in Europe, I saw them throughout Italy. So if you haven't had a chance to experience any one of these ones here, and I know they're a lot more accessible or a lot more available, I'd go check them out. This one here, I'd also recommend once it becomes, I don't know what the distribution is like on the brand Reinvented, but that particular one, Sacred Bond, is awesome. And that's it, I'm done. Boom. Good to be back. I feel like I made a semi-mess of that. I apologize. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I'll see you guys all on the next Maté Talk. Thanks everyone.